Welcome back to another Wednesday Wellness. I'm Stefana Johnson. I'm the founder of Yogalachi. Yogalachi is the perfect blend of yoga, Pilates, and Tai Chi, and we focus on optimal movement, mindset, and nutrition. Today we're talking about how and when to eat and showing you the basics of intermittent fasting and why it works. It's the how and the when to eat. You probably have read something about intermittent fasting. It's very popular now, and there's a good reason for it. Before I get started, let me just share with you, I've got a Breakthrough Your Plateau guide. I just finished creating it. It is really cool, and I'm giving it away free for the month. So you can grab that at stefanajohnson.com and go to Let's Get Started. You'll be able to choose the Breakthrough Your Plateau. That's a great guide to help you if you feel stuck at any level, right? You can just really take some of those key pieces, implement them immediately, and skyrocket your results. All right, so back to how and when to eat and intermittent fasting. First, fasting can be a scary word because a lot of times people think fasting means starvation. Oh no, scarcity. The thing that dieting sometimes does for people who've been on countless diets is it turns on the stimulus and the response mechanism in the brain that says, oh my God, they're going to starve me. And that means I need to lock everything down. That's dangerous. It's not what you want to be doing. However, if you can step back and look at this fasting protocol, which essentially is it's allowing the system, the digestive system and the processes of the body to actually operate much faster because they don't have toxic overloads, you're going to love the shift that takes place. So first, think about it from a different perspective, because if your mindset is thinking, oh my gosh, I'm starving, I'm going to go on to fasting, and this means I'm going to starve and I can't eat, and your brain's starting to already get into that, and you can feel panic rising in you, you've got to stop that first. You don't want to go into it from that energy or from that state. It's dangerous. It's not healthy. It will not serve you. And remember, your body follows your thoughts. Your body is really a reflection of the things you're thinking. And so we want to start there and start to understand that this is a tool, intermittent fasting, and how and when you eat is really, again, a tool to support your overall well-being. Okay, so let's back this up a little bit further now. You understand the state that you need to be in, and that is from the viewpoint that this is a tool for vibrant and optimal health. The how is essentially this. We were told that we need to have all these little meals and have eat every hour and have little meals. That is wrong. It is false. It doesn't work. We've seen this and the gamut of it. It's to graze all the time. Listen, I used to teach it. That was early on in the 80s and the 90s. It was all about grazing, small little meals so we could shrink our stomach. We've been given so much false information. And we have to understand, just like with anything, we're always going to be learning. Today, what we're learning, we have to learn and practice. That's why you don't want to get so stuck on, is this the right? And then I have to follow this. Instead, you want to be a little bit more growth mindset oriented and more excited about learning and discovering. That's why I teach healing laboratory kitchen, healing bathroom laboratories, right? That we're creating our own laboratories every single day. You need to be your own best doctor. You need to be your own best coach, right? And then have experts who are steps ahead of you that can really hone things in, or maybe have practiced for a long time and can help when there's pitfalls, right? So that's where I'm coming from. It is really seeing this big picture after 30 years, and you're going to love what happens when you take a break from eating all the time. I'm not going to tell you what to eat in this one. I'm going to just talk about how. And the how and the when. Did I say what? I don't think I said what in the because I don't want to get into the what right now. I just want to get into the how and the when and look at the windows. We'll use the 24-hour clock as a framework for what we're going to look at. So let's just look at a 24-hour clock. And if you are awake for, let's say, 16 hours of the day, and we used to be, well, we're going to eat when we get up and then little meals throughout the day, we know that that's not workable. When we wake up, our body is not necessarily ready to be bombarded with food, with a big breakfast. And what we want to do, you definitely can drink a glass of water. If you're thirsty, I would definitely drink a glass of water. That's going to help with the body detoxifying. Now, optimally, in an optimal functioning body, you're going to probably be relieving your bowels at some point in the morning, right? Without having eaten anything, because your body had processed the foods and it's ready to eliminate what it does not use for fuel. It's not going to store it. It doesn't need it anymore. The body's going to say, good, I'm getting rid of all this stuff. And through that, it's going to carry out through the urine, right? The fecal matter, it's all going to go out, and your body's got this fresh, cleanness feeling. Oh, okay, I'm good. Now I can start functioning. Remember, digestion requires work from the brain. So if you're feeding the body all the time, then the brain's constantly focusing on digesting, and processing. So it's not able to go in and repair and do the other functions that it really needs to do. That's why, again, intermittent fasting or having smaller windows of eating is best. So now let's look that we got through breakfast. We didn't actually eat anything. We just had water. And so let's say we woke up at 6 and now it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. Check in with yourself. Are you hungry? Probably not. If you're already eating correctly with the what, then you're probably not going to be hungry at 8 in the morning. You probably might not even be hungry until about 10:30, 11. And so if you broke your fast around that 10:30, 11 with something with dense nutrition, not breakfast cereal, not carbs, not things like that, but instead something like you could do, this is an example of breakfasts here in the Johnson household, wild caught salmon in the Pacific Northwest, smoked salmon with some soft boiled eggs and asparagus spears and a little bit of kimchi on the side and a steamed pear with some cardamom and a chamomile, vanilla, oat straw, rose petal tea. Oh my goodness, mouth watering, salivating, and that's how you break your fast. Now your body has all these nutrients, and then it gets to go in and use those nutrients, and it's 11:30, let's say, 12:30. Body's not hungry. Mind is focused. Mind is functioning. After about 90 minutes, 2 hours max, the brain and the body have finished digesting that meal. So it's now focused on other things. You can go and use that as fuel because it's been able to take and use all this yummy food that you just had, right? And process it and assimilate it and utilize it so that you can go and function optimally with your brain, focusing, energized, confident, resilient, excited about life, not feeling drugged and depleted like you need to go and get a coffee at 3 o'clock. So that 11 o'clock, 10:30 to 11:30 meal is going to satiate you to about that 3:30, 4:30 window. And then let's say you have your supper around that 3:30, 4:30 time, and it's another nutrient-rich, dense meal, and you sit down and you eat that in a place of peace and calm, not driving in your car, not having just gone through the drive-through, not fighting with your partner or your kids or your spouse, but instead with joy and smiles and gratitude and unplugged from all pings and all kinds of things dancing around with digital devices. Instead, just so having fun and in pleasure, in a pleasurable space and atmosphere, connecting with your family or your friends. And so let's say you have that enjoyable meal. So there's 2 meals you've had. and you've had it in a calm place, an enjoyable place, a place of gratitude, appreciation, maybe even a little bit of delight and fun and connection and understanding and a sense of belonging and a sense of community. You can imagine what your body will do with all of that deliciousness, the senses, the sensations, the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, and the physical food. It's magical. And that's 2 meals you've had within a space of time of about 6 hours. And then you're finished. And so you clean up from dinner, and maybe you play some games, or you go and take walks, or you work in the garden, or you do a little bit more writing if you're creative, or you do some painting, or you do some music, or you play a little bit. And then you settle in and more calm and delight in your life. And then you have a delicious night's sleep. You get up and wake and do the next day over and repeat that. That lifestyle looks very different than what most people are struggling and suffering through, which is rushing through the supermarket, going through a drive-through to get fast foods, greasy, fried, heart attack food, downing coffees, taking uppers, getting a glass of wine to calm themselves down, all of that. All of that I just painted is representative of a non-optimal nutrition, non-optimal well-being, non-optimal lifestyle. And that's how you burn out. That's how you get stressed out. That's how your body starts to break down and you age faster. Using intermittent fasting, using that window of eating and eating in that way of calm and seated and enjoyment, even enjoying the process of making your meal and chopping the vegetables and knowing that you're going to make this beautiful food for people that you love, including yourself, is really, it will go such a long way. And I love talking about this. This is what I teach in all of my coaching programs. And we really start to look at how much the how and that the intermittent fasting can make such a powerful difference in your life. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight. Being present, what kind of state are you in when you think about what tools are you going to use to optimize your life and your lifestyle so that you have a long and healthy, pain-free, joyous, fulfilling, energized, confident life. Doesn't that sound delicious? Doesn't that sound wonderful? It is yours for the taking. It is yours for the creating. And I love supporting my clients to do that. So if you are a high performer, if you are highly driven and love to optimize your body so that you can go out and create awesome effects in your world, then reach out to me. I'm offering 3 one-on-ones for anyone who posts or comments and reaches out to me. If you go and put yourself on my calendar for this week, you will see there are 3 spots open. If they are still open, if you're seeing this, you should be able to get to stefanajohnson.com and go and put yourself on my calendar. Actually, stefana.net is my calendar. If you want to grab the guide and the program that I just made, and I'm offering it free for this month, then it's going to go on. I'm going to start selling that one for $67. So I love putting together a program, and I'm going to offer it for free. I'd love to get your feedback, but the program is ready to go on Breakthrough Your Plateau. So if you go to stefanajohnson.com, you can grab a copy of that. And then if you want to grab one of those 3 spots on my calendar to work with me one-on-one, I'm going to give you 15 minutes to do a weight loss jumpstart. And believe me, what we can do in 15 minutes is profound. So if you're excited about something like that, jump on my calendar, stefana.net, stefana.net, and let's get you jump started, huh? Okay, have a fabulous Wednesday. I will see you next Wednesday. In the meantime, try the intermittent fasting, see how that goes. Try some of the tips that I have shared in this video and comment, let me know, message me, share with me your experiences. Till next time. Have a great, I was going to say peace and blessings because that's what I usually say, but I'm trying to come up with something different. I am dedicated to your highest and best good, and I'm excited to meet you. Take care.